going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we have the top 10 skill champions for BGs. So we did the science class previously and now we move on to the skill class. So without further ado, let's go for the top 10 spot. And it goes to Black Cat. So she does do a lot of things. I actually don't use her too much, but from what I've seen, she does some real annoying defenders like Thing, Sasquatch, or like Nick Fury really fast if you can fail their abilities. It just dies super fast without sabotage. And also, if you got deep wounds, you deal more damage. And she does do a lot more damage. She crits a lot more if you got the Black Widow relic. She actually really likes the Black Widow relic. And also, she's not like a terrible defender. If you know the fight lasts too long and then you get a sabotage on you, if you power your decks, those are defensive abilities, so you're gonna take some damage. And actually, for the next meta that's coming up, which is a crit me, you're gonna need to intercept actually. And if she's high sig, she's gonna have a high chance to evade that intercept, which is going to slow you down quite a bit. You know, she's not the best defender, but she's not like completely useless. So the top 9 spot, it is Mole Man. So this guy was my first, I think my second actually ever 6-star rank 4 champion. Amazing dual threat, very tanky because he gets more physical, more physical resistance for each monster mass. You can't consistently parry him unless he's like below 5. You can like hit him before he shrugs it off, but after 5 he shrugs off the debuffs very fast. He's actually really sketchy actually when he goes down health, because if you hit him on the unstoppable, as you can see, he gets more attack based on missing health while unstoppable. So if you take like a hit or like 2, it's gonna take a lot of your health. So yeah, and also on attack, very good. The only reason I didn't put him higher is because if the opponent is bleed immune, you'd miss a lot of your damage because most of his damage comes from his bleeds. His critical damage multiplier is not super high, that's why he doesn't do too much, but he's still an amazing attacker as well. Definitely one of my most wanted 7-stars, but I can't get him now. He's like super rare. Now, moving on to the top 8, it goes to Crossbones. So I think Crossbones and Black Cat are about the same, but I feel like Crossbones is just a bit of a nuke, because he works on every matchup. Black Cat, if the opponent is bleeding immune, you're not going to deal, you know, much damage unless they are Thing and, you know, they have a lot of abilities that you can fail. But this guy is a lot more consistent. He likes the Black Widow relic as well. Being a 7-star, creating more means you're going to deal a lot more damage because you're going to get more Furies. You're going to shut down the opponent's abilities. And yeah, just very consistent on his damage because he doesn't rely on crits. He doesn't rely on debuffs too much. He likes, you know, he does 20,000 medium attacks without even critting. So that's very consistent. I have a duped Crossbones and I think I'm going to take him to rank 2 on my free-to-play very soon. Moving on to top 7. It goes to Mantis. Mantis is, you know, arguably the best photon counter. She counters a lot of those annoying signs like Void, Joe Fixit when they place those debuffs on you. Even I guess like Mr. Fantastic, he's pretty annoying too. Just, you know, that Tranquilize is very strong to have. Honestly, a bit of a nuke as well. If the opponent is a science, they're most likely going to die from a special too. You do like 30-second fights. I liked her buff as well, where if you don't want to do too many intercepts, you can go for the Tranquilize and like basically go a little bit slower, but safer. So honestly, I think if I awaken my Mantis, I will actually, you know, rank 2 and potentially use her a lot as well. So yeah, very good. Sometimes she's a bit annoying on defense too with that SP1. If she puts a sleep on you and you don't have like a special, you don't time it, you're gonna take some damage. Moving on to the top 6. So top 6 is Nick Fury. This guy, you know, he's kind of stuck being a 6-star, but he's still very relevant. One of the champions that I always have in my deck. And he's honestly going to be one of the best defenders in the next meta, which is creepy because he's got 2 lives. He doesn't tick down on the second one. And, you know, just still, you know, we know how to fight him, but he can still be very annoying if he goes unblockable in the SP1. Or, you know, he just mess up on the stun immune. He can also be a good attacker if you got like DP wound especially. You can, you know, time that second life and finish with a full yellow bar. And that's going to give you a ton of points. So sometimes he's a very good attacker as well. Up next, we have top 5, which is Killmonger. This guy is a beast of a defender, especially if he's high sig. You know, he's got that 20% critical resistance. He is a 7-star, which means challenger rating. It's just a lot harder to crit him. And, you know, if he's high sig, it just does a lot more damage to you. You need armor breaks for him if you want to finish fast. And also, if you actually have him awaken at high sig, look at that. When both Reverb and True Strike are active, he gains at 6 to 100, 97, 95, which is like more than his actual attack. So you like double your attack. And that's actually pretty strong. Like I can definitely feel it on my 6-star rank 5 Killmonger. Like if we go 6 rank 5, I mean obviously he's like ascended too, so he would be a lot better. So I mean getting like 5,000 attack right there, it's not bad. It's not bad for sure. You can also like utilize the SP1 if you want to like counter the opponent's specials by being unstoppable and like getting the True Strike. Up next, we have the top 4 Korg. This guy is pretty much the same thing, 20% crit resist. It's just really tough to take down. You need time, but he's even tankier because of his rock stacks. You just have to light attack or use someone that basically has non-contact. But yeah, this guy, I really trust my 7-star rank 2. He's amazing. I want to dupe him actually even higher, get him higher sig, because he's such a good defender for sure. The other thing is that, he's not a good attacker. So maybe you put Killmonger higher than this guy because Killmonger is a better attacker. But I just think Korg, even with counters, he's just really tough to take down. Whereas like Killmonger, you can have like a CGR or some of that armor breaks and you just instantly kill him. Like he's not that big of a threat. Moving on to the top 3, this guy. Now the reason I put Atuma higher than Korg is because if you don't have a counter for Atuma, you're going to take so much damage, especially if he starts with concussion, if he's higher sig and all that stuff. Whereas with Korg, if you don't have a counter, if you're skilled at the game, if you intercept like crazy, you can still finish the fight like no problem. But with Atuma, man, it's just unavoidable fun and interactive damage. This guy, really tough to take down. You need non-contact attacks or like absorbing man with insane physical resistance. Otherwise, you're going to take a ton of damage. But Absman is still one of my go-tos for this guy. I can easily take it down in like 50 seconds and it's a pretty good fight as well. Now, for the top 2, Kate Bishop. Kate Bishop is not a defender, but she's so good on attack that she deserves to be top 2. Like, no one can survive her cold snaps, especially in this meta, because, we got the 90% energy resistance. But if they are not cold snap immune resistant, they're just gonna die in like 40 seconds. She's very good for Photon as well, even 7-star rank 3s. Very good for like pretty much anyone that's not cold snap resist or immune to it. Now, you can also try like the Caltrops. I don't really like the Caltrops because it's like tough with the spacing because you have to like bait their dashes and you can't really consistently like refresh your arrows. So that's why I only use her when she can be used with the cold snap. But she also counters evade. She has the tracking. It's like you don't take even like block damage because you just parry. Use that mechanic, just not even make contact with the opponent. Just a very good attacker. And lastly, you guys know who's the top 1, right? Silver Sable. Okay, never mind. It's actually Bullseye. It's like you guys didn't know. I mean, Bullseye, even with counters, you just take some fun damage. The SP1. Even with Archangel, you might take some damage. Even with Bishop, you might take some damage. With Onslaught, you're still gonna take some damage. The only options that you're probably not gonna take much damage if you know how to do the fight are Negasonic and Mr. Sinister. Especially Mr. Sinister, even if you don't know how to fight a Bullseye, it's like impossible to die in that fight because he only crits you. With Negasonic, you have to do the fight a few times to actually know what to do. But those two are just made for Bullseye. And yeah, if you don't use those two, most likely you're going to lose at least 10% of your health, like even from that block damage. It's really tough. Unless you have someone that actually like makes the stuns passive and you can push them to a special 2 and like not take this block damage with the SP1. It's still dexable, the SP1, but it's like really tough to like fully dex it. So yeah, Bullseye also, if you get a rank 3, one of my favorite options for Photon for sure. Even in rank 3 Photon, he can take it on attack. Very good. So yeah, man, that is the top 10. There are some champions that I wanted to put in the top 10, but it's really tough to make a top 10 for the skill class. Like, I wanted to put Shang-Chi in, but the only reason I didn't put him in is because he's not a defender. Same thing with Massacre. He's a very easy defender, but he's a nuke on attack. I just couldn't put him there. The other one that I wanted to put there was Kingpin. I just couldn't do it because, he also is getting, kind of nerfed. And with Inequity being around for everyone's decks, he's just a lot slowed down. But he is actually an annoying defender, especially if there's like matters where he gets pushed to a special 2. But those are the 3 champions that I wanted to put in the top 10, but I couldn't decide. It was just really tough. But let me know what you guys would have done in the top 10. What would you have changed? Would you put someone like higher or someone lower? let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.